The Houston Texans are 5-1, their third straight victory as they take down the New England Patriots on the road, 41-21. Looked like it was going to be 48-0 when this thing got going, but a little lull there by the Texans, but they finished strong to take care of business against the Patriots. How'd they get it done? Well, the four big takeaways are coming your way, presented by Platinum AC and Heating. Give my guy Dwyane a call today, 832-777-3683 for your special price on year-round preventative maintenance. Just tell him you saw it here on the video. We start with the first big takeaway. If you've ever heard of seek and destroy, I got a new one for you. It's seek, lull, and destroy, because that's exactly what the Texans did. Man, they started as hot as bacon grease. Man, it was awesome to watch them march down the field, a really well put together, called and executed drive on that opening drive for the Texans. Got a little penalty help there from the New England Patriots, but CJ Stroud finds Tank Dell for that touchdown. 7-0 Texans, just like that. Right when the game gets going, they are up 7-0. They get the ball back, and again, down the field, a little help from the Patriots. Boom, 14-0. And the Texans are rolling, and you're thinking to yourself, and I'm thinking to myself, hey, here we go. And the lull's not even there yet. Because on defense, 14-0. Kalen Bullock gets the interception on the Drake May overthrow, and now the Texans are ready to really take advantage of this thing. A great return by Bullock sets up the Texans deep in New England territory, and the Texans sputtered a little bit, but here comes the AFC Special Teams Player of the Week, Ka'imi Fairbairn. He's only missed one field goal this year. It was actually after he was named AFC Special Teams Player of the Week. And then the lull started. You have Ka'imi Fairbairn miss the field goal there. The Patriots don't do much. The Texans get the ball back, and then Joe Mixon back, dominating on the ground. Longest rush of his career, just flies down the field. And then 2 plays later, trying to get the ball to Dalton Schultz in the end zone, trying to be aggressive from 20 or so yards out. CJ Stroud throws an interception. Schultz can't come up with it. The Patriots intercept the pass, and it's like, okay, all right, not that big of a deal. You would have liked to get points there. Ka'imi Fairbairn missed the field goal. You would have liked to get points after Mixon's big play, even if it's putting Fairbairn out there for nothing to worry about too much. Like, they're not going to be too annoyed by this. You force a punt after that great Joe Mixon drive, a very uninspiring Dameon Pierce-centric drive where a couple plays went to Pierce. The Texans didn't get the first down. They punt the ball away, and the New England Patriots get the ball back, and nothing going on that one. The Texans get smoked on a third down once they get the ball back, forcing a punt after a blitz got to CJ Stroud. The Patriots finished that thing with a deep bomb from Drake May, and all of a sudden at halftime, 14-7 at halftime. That's not good. That was the lull. So you go into halftime. Coming out of halftime, the Texans finally start to take care of their business. They put points on the board. They continue to put points on the board. They make it tough on the Patriots, turn the ball over a couple more times on the Patriots. Will Anderson has a nice one. Joe Mixon finishes things off with a rushing play. Dameon Pierce has a huge rushing play, and it all kind of starts to snowball on the Patriots. The Texans end up destroying New England there in the second half, taking care of business to the point where Davis Mills, Cam Akers, and the rest of the backups finish that thing off for the Texans. So the lull is disappointing. That's been a hallmark of these games. The thing that was a positive is the lull didn't last for 3 quarters after it started there in the second quarter. That's a good job by D'Amico Ryans and Bobby Slowick and anybody else on the coaching staff, and a good job by the players as well to look around, realize that they left a lot out there on the field in the first half, and go out there and take that there in the second half. That was a good job by the Texans. Resiliency is a hallmark of the D'Amico Ryans coached football teams of the Houston Texans, and they showed resiliency in this game within the midst of the game. Came out of halftime, took care of their business there in the second half. So seek, lull, and destroy for the Houston Texans. They were able to pull out of that lull, and it was like a really not fun roller coaster, because like a Ka'imi Fairbairn misses the kick, and then when roller coasters make that noise, And then you kind of stayed down there and you just kind of were taking turns and twists and turns. And then you finally get to go up as the fun part as you get going there in the second half. I guess the down part's the fun part of roller coasters. I think my analogy doesn't make great sense, but you were scared there on the down. There we go. Scared there on the down as the lull gets going, but you're going up, and then you know that you're not into trouble in a roller coaster. That's how the analogy wraps all the way up. Let's get to big takeaway number 2 before I make another bad analogy. Joe Mixon is a game changer for this offense. Look, Mixon early on, you could see it in the first few carries. He's not afraid to blow into the back of a offensive lineman that didn't get their blocking assignment right or got pushed back. Mixon is physical. His vision is really good. His ability to change directions is really good. He hit over 20 miles per hour. I saw DJ Bianime tweet that out on the big run, and then the touchdown run was a thing of beauty. Stefon Diggs blocked it up really well. Blake Fisher blocked it up really well. And then, boom, Joe Mixon hits the outside. He's shifting gears like a semi-truck and gets into the end zone there as well. He's physical. He can definitely raise the floor of this Texans offense with his ability at the running back position. Even caught a touchdown pass as well as the Texans were able to throw it to him once. So he finishes with 132 yards and 2 touchdowns, and they were load managing him because there were stretches there where the game was close and Dameon Pierce was in there. So they were managing Joe Mixon's workload in this one. So he's got even more to what he brought to the table here in this matchup. And there were a couple of moments where the rushing attack didn't look great. Even after Mixon's big run, the Texans still had like 1.8 yards per carry on the non-Mixon big runs. It didn't really make things calm down until the second half. But again, adjustments, they got things going there in the second half. They had the rushing touchdown in the second half. Pierce was averaging close to 5 yards a carry at one point before he broke his big one. So they got things going, settled things down. And when you can actually turn to the rushing attack and get things out of it, man, look how much easier everything operates. And Mixon, it was great to see Dameon Pierce have the day that he did as well. Still need to clean a thing or two up with that offensive line. But hey, Joe Mixon had 2 limited practices this week. The offensive line's got to get reused to him after him being gone for, a month or so. And once they get in tune and get in sync and Bobby Slowick fine-tunes things from an offensive perspective, I do believe they're going to be able to consistently run the football. It's not a great Patriots rush defense. You saw they gave up some big plays, but you should have big plays against not great rush defenses like the New England Patriots rush defense. And the Texans eventually found those, and the rushing attack was I'll give it a thumbs up. It's not thumb sideways. I'll give it a thumbs up for the day. It's great to see Joe Mixon back, and the floor for this offense and of course the ceiling are both much higher when Mixon is in there. Defensive line is big takeaway number 3, led by future USA volleyball player Will Anderson. How about that volley to knock it up in the air? And then Eric Murray had one of the best interceptions I've ever seen in my life as he pinned the ball to the offensive player and then shifted it around into his hands. That was courtesy of Anderson knocking the ball up in the air. That was the volleyball play. How about the dominance on the defensive line? Will Anderson with 3 sacks on the day. Danielle Hunter hits a couple of moves, knocks the ball away from Drake May, forcing the fumble. Mario Edwards was a terror on the inside. The Patriots are happy that he's not in town anymore. Edwards finished tied for the team lead in sacks. And there was one play, oh my God, I felt so bad. One player on the Patriots caught a screen pass and started to come back inside, and Mario Edwards was coming for him. It looked like Godzilla stomping around in a Godzilla movie there against the Patriots offensive line. We've been telling you this is not a good Patriots offensive line, and I've been telling you the stats, the advanced stats, the pressure stats, the sack percentage stats, they're going to get home. And Will Anderson got home 3 times on Drake May. Danielle Hunter got home. They were close a couple times, and then May used his mobility a little bit to get out of things. And go back and watch the game. They're getting rid of the ball fast a couple of times, just trying to get the ball away so that Will Anderson and Danielle Hunter can't affect the game as much as they want to. Well, they took care of business on the defensive line led by Will Anderson today. That was a fantastic performance by the Houston Texans defensive line. I'll give some credit to the secondary who came in there and made some plays. Jalen Petrie had some run stops there. The linebackers had a nice day. Neville Hewitt filled in for Azeez Al-Shire when he got banged up a little bit. Henry To'oTo'o, nice. So defensive line gets the focus here, but a good job to the defense for most of the day. A hiccup here or there when the Patriots attacked the safeties, but we know that's not the strongest part of the Texans' coverage units. And when they get it quick out there on the safeties, teams have had a little success against the Texans. But if they can't get it quick to the safeties or attacking the safeties, and they can't get the ball out quick, Will Anderson and Danielle Hunt are going to be breathing down the quarterback's throats. And I throw in Mario Edwards and Foley Fatukasi and all those other guys on the defensive line. Really good performance from the defensive line against a team that they should have had a really good performance against with that lowly, hurt, injured, shuffling Patriots offensive line. Finally, on the big takeaways, we saw life after Nico Collins and what it looks like. It looks like a lot of Tank Dell, a lot of Dalton Schultz, and a lot of Stefon Diggs. Those were the top 3 target guys for the Texans, and only one other receiver even saw a target, and that was just a couple to Xavier Hutchinson in this matchup. So it's going to be Dell and Diggs and Dalton centric in the air until Nico Collins is back. Now the Texans threw the ball to Dameon Pierce a couple of times, threw the ball to Joe Mixon a couple of times as well. They'll mix that in, but it's going to be up on Stefon Diggs and Tank Dell to go out there, win their individual matchups, CJ Stroud to trust them. There's a couple of shaky moments with the interior of the offensive line, which made it difficult to keep it in the air and have success. And we saw the CJ Stroud target Dalton Schultz a couple of times, a little bit out in front of him where Schultz kind of had it in his hands and kind of didn't. I don't know exactly what happened on the interception. Maybe Schultz could have made a little bit better play, but it looked like maybe the ball was a little bit behind him. But it's Diggs, it's Dell, it's Dalton to replace Nico Collins, and that's our first taste of it. Plus, oh, by the way, when you run the football well, and that would have been my preferred way to help replace the Nico Collins offensive production, is the Texans run the football really well. When you run the football well, it's easier to get the ball out. And when you have the threat of running the football, it's easier to get the ball out to Tank Dell over the middle and those sliding catches. Man, he slides better than some of the Astros players. And Stefon Diggs, man, that out route in the red zone, it just feels unguardable sometimes when Diggs hits it just right. Not the most impressive day through the air, but you didn't have to put it in the air because you had the success on the ground that you did. You had some short fields because of the defense with the takeaways, 4 takeaways by the defense today. It's a good job by the defense for the Houston Texans. But life after Collins, we're starting to see it. And then a little bit more from Tank Dell, kind of got him going, or I would say got him going a little bit closer to what you expected from Tank Dell heading into this season based off his production last year. Diggs was good. He got in the end zone as well in this matchup. And look, when that rushing attack's rolling, that's going to help a ton in replacing Nico Collins. So life after Nico Collins, we got the first taste of it here with this Texans team. Those are the 4 big takeaways from this one. What's your big takeaway? Let me know in the comment section down below. On your way down there, throw me a thumbs up on the video. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Don't forget to check out Platinum AC and Heating. They brought you the 4 big takeaways today, and give Dwyane a call for your special year-round pricing on preventative maintenance for your air conditioner. That phone number is 832-777-3683. That's the number to call Platinum AC and Heating. So check out all the information about them in the description down below. Oh, by the way, in the description down below, I've been telling you about Prize Picks. We put the Prize Picks entries together here on the show. We hit a big one. All right. We had Stefon Diggs to score a touchdown. We had Drake May's rushing yards, and then we stuck Derrick Henry in there, and we took care of some business on Prize Picks. Sign up today and start playing with us here on the channel. Use the code Stoots, STOOTS, STOOTS at the link in the description down below. Play your first 5 and get $50 in Prize Picks cash, man. Don't miss out on another winner next time. Appreciate you watching the video. Hope you enjoyed it, and I can't wait until we talk Texans again soon.